So here we have the equation for changing Fahrenheit into Celsius. Fahrenheit is the system for temperature that we use here in the United States. Celsius is what much of the world, including Canada, uses. So this is kind of an interesting formula when you talk to friends in Canada to compare what our temperatures are like. So starting out, the first thing you notice is this formula has two variables. There's an F right here and a C over here. Now to solve this, what we need to do is we take a temperature in Fahrenheit, which the problems in this lesson will give you. So for the example here, we're going to use 14 degrees for Fahrenheit. We're going to find out how much 14 degrees Fahrenheit in our system is, what that would be in Celsius, like in Canada. So since Fahrenheit is 14 degrees, and we know that's what the temperature is in Fahrenheit, we're going to put 14 in place of the F. Everything else will stay exactly the same, so I still have my equals. We have the 1.8, we have the capital C for Celsius, and the plus 32. So now this looks a little bit more like the problems from our last video. We have a couple operations going on, and we have one variable. Remember, our goal is to always get the variable by itself. Right now, with our variable, we have a 1.8, and a number next to a variable means multiplication is going on there. There's also a 32, and there's a plus sign. Now, just like the video, typically the easiest way to do a problem like this is we reverse that order of operations. And since we're going to reverse the order of operations, that means we want to get rid of addition first. Well, what's the opposite of adding? It's subtracting. So to get rid of that plus 32, we just subtract 32. And if you want to keep this equation balanced, if you do it to one side, you have to do it to the other. So here's my equals. That means I have to subtract it on the other side of the equals, which is right here. Okay. So on the left side, 14 minus 32, it's going to put us in the negatives. We're going to be at negative 18. The equals comes straight down where it was. Plus 32 minus 32, those cancel each other out. They're all gone. So the only thing left over here right now is 1.8c. Now again, like we mentioned once already, when you have a number directly next to a variable, there's nothing between them, it means multiplication. And this is the last thing we need to get rid of to get our variable by itself. So to get rid of multiplication, we do the opposite, we divide. So to get rid of times 1.8, we divide by 1.8. Now if we're going to do that to one side, again, we have to do it to the other side of the equation to keep everything balanced. So over here underneath that negative 18, I'm going to write divide by 1.8. My line here. Now, a negative divided by a positive is going to be a negative. We got to remember those rules. So we know it's going to be a negative. If you take 18 and you divide it by 1.8, now if you recognize the decimals, you might see a little trick here. Otherwise, you can use a calculator. It's going to give you 10. You bring your equals straight down. 1.8 divided by 1.8 is going to cancel itself out. The only thing we have left is C, which is our answer. 14 degrees Fahrenheit is the same thing as negative 10 degrees in Celsius. They're the same temperature, it's just two different systems.